Okay, today we're going to talk about your foundation. Now, hitting off a foundation, it's like, the best way I can acquaint it is with other sports. Let's say cricket. For those who understand cricket, what happens is if you get players that hold their structure or hold their form, they talk about. So you see guys just play this magnificent cover drive where they just go bang and they lift their elbow and they hold their form, they're protecting all their structure and their foundation, and the ball just rockets off. They want to hit a six, they go there, they go bang and they hold their structure. They don't do this when they hit. All the good players will hold their form and hold their structure. So it's the same thing when we play. So when we play squash, it's like you almost got a book on your head. So if I hold my head really still and I try and keep my shoulders really upright and I hit and I try and just basically stay straight, what happens is your whole body gets structure in it. I'm not saying it was a great hit, but what happens is your body feels really capable. So it's away from this one, where I'm just trying to turn through the ball and get the ball to go and fly with body turn. So what it does, it gives you control, structure and balance. And it's all about strength and core muscles. So I'm activating my core. These are your core muscles here. Okay, these are big muscles. They don't need to do much work. They'll just hold. They'll do a lot of work. They'll get a lot of outcome for a little bit of work. Is the best way to put it. So it's not like your arm muscles and everything that have to really work through the ball to get it working really fast. These are just so big. They do just out. The output is just fantastic. So there, the strength and structure is really good. So with foundation hitting, there's a few rules. We want to try and simplify your movements and try not to get too big on your movements. So the more big movements I talk about are these ones. We get these big turning movements, and that sort of tends to knock your structure around, knock your body around. So the more you can minimise your movements but keep strength in your body and in your muscles, so you'll have a strong arm, you'll have a strong wrist, strong elbow, strong shoulder, strong upper body, strong core, off a strong base and an engaged body. So I go with an engaged body here and a foundation hit. It's pretty phenomenal. So if I focus on my energy and get everything really strong and really try and just not let anything loose, so nothing's going to be loose when I strike. Here, it goes really direct, really straight and really capable because it hits the hinge on the door. That's how it works. There's another system that you can use to actually aid you to find your balance. So to find your balance, you can do this yourself. Just get a cone from the $2 shop. Get 5 of them for $10 or even less than that, maybe 10 of them for $5 is a better way to put it. All right, so if I put the cone on my head, okay, hopefully it's somewhere there. I'm going to try and keep the cone on my head, but still hit quite hard. I'll do it slowly first, so I hit slow, and I'll find my hit's pretty good. So that's not too bad. What about if I hit hard? So the challenge becomes to hit really hard and keep the cone on my head. I've just got to concentrate for a sec. I didn't hit that cleanly. I went straight though, because I held my structure. That went pretty well. So what I'm doing is I'm getting balance and getting the feeling and understanding where the core muscles have to activate and what they have to do when they have to activate. So here, that's a good one. I just put a little bit of movement in with it, and that proves that movement was that movement there. And you see how that's why that movement's so good versus that. That there drops your whole body, and then I've got to try and work through it. But if I can keep my head here and keep it stable, it's like the whole cone doesn't move. I can move really fast there, and the cone doesn't move. So if I drop the ball there, all of a sudden the cone didn't move because I just held it really tight. So it'll fall off. It'll fall off pretty quick, and it'll fall off easy no matter which direction I go. So it's not like I've got a total cone-shaped head or anything. I haven't stuck it on there. Right, so it's just sitting there. I've got to find the right spot. If you get in the wrong spot, it'll fall off really quick. So I can sort of shake my head a little bit, it's all right. Okay, so I want that there. So I want to try and keep my head really stable when I hit. So if I go from there and get down low, and I lost it. Right, so my challenge now, this is good fun. My challenge is going to be keep my structure and my form. off a low hit with a shuffle movement. So this becomes like good fun. So it's going to be there. Here we go. That's pretty good. So you see just how much your body, once you do this, you'll start to become pretty elite. Oh, I nearly lost it. I can tell it just moved. And it doesn't matter if you go cross court, because here, should be able to go there. So I've just, even when I've gone cross court, I didn't turn my shoulders and body too much. I hit off my back hip, which gave me structure and control. So this is really good for anybody. I could even, if I wanted to, stand here. Oops. Got to watch it if I've got to move. This becomes harder. Once again, I drop my head. I tend to drop my head a little bit when I play shots. So you can muck around with this. It may or may not suit you. You can work out how much you can learn from it and how much of your balance. So if I just protect my balance, and there it goes. All right, there's far more to be learned rather than repetitive hits. It's not the repetitive hits that's going to do it. It's the structure and the body and up. So when it's here, if I throw the ball up the front of the court, so way up there, and I move, and I hold my structure. All right, so then we get rid of the cone. And I'm going to think the cone's still there. So now, I'm just going to think the cone's still there, and I'm going to try and hold my structure and body. So what I'm doing is I'm using limited movement, but full body muscle control and structure and foundation, protecting my foundation, I call it. So I want to hit off a foundation rather than hit with just racket head speed. Foundational hitting is the guts of everything. Back foot's not, I should have done back foot with a cone, but it won't make any difference. But it'd be there. Yeah, I tend to drop my head a little bit more with a back foot, probably, so it may have fallen off, but I don't know. You can have a go at it yourself, but if you hold your body, hold your structure, and you hit here, there, you'll find you'll get pretty neat and pretty capable. It's pretty good. So it's about this core structure and here. So it's engaged body, not up here, here. I'm hitting on full extensions, so I don't have to control too much. It's just got to be strong at the right point. That was a bad hit. Didn't hit it in the middle, but it's still pretty good. So here, back foot, I'll do a little shuffle. There. That becomes better because I can get my feet in the right spot. So you'll learn and muck around with it a little bit. It's really, really good. Foundational hitting is phenomenal, but you need to practice hitting foundational hitting off a movement at the start. So you can put the ball there, foundation, and then through. So what happens is I move controllably. And you see those guys with really strong muscles, they hit off their foundation so well and so accurately and so powerfully. They're just really hard to beat because they're really strong bodies. The strong body that hit off a foundation is just such a battle to go and get around because they've got their big reach and stuff as well. Anyway, so we're talking about body structure, body up, strong core, engaged body, and not turning too much, not throwing everything out. So limiting your movements and trying to go really strong with short movements. So here, really strong, short movements rather than the big flowing movements to get your outcomes. So there you go, that is foundational hitting. Hope you enjoyed it. There's so much in it, and you should basically be using foundational hitting for every single shot, just about. It limits the amount of energy you need to hit the ball each time. Doesn't matter if it's backhand or forehand. Foundational hitting, it all just goes extremely well. It works really well. If you protect your foundation, you'll get awesome outcomes and you'll know exactly where the ball's going to land when you strike.